Welcome back, everyone. Today, I'm with two very special guests. The one and only Lexi, Lalauni?
Yeah, Lalauni.
I got it close. That's dope. And Emily Petrie?
Yes.
Petrie?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, I nailed both names today. That's exciting. And you guys are really colorful today. I always describe it as like toothpaste color. Right? Greenish, bluish.
Okay,
And
I
then-
can see it.
And then we got the mustard yellow suit. It looks
Yeah.
really nice, both of you
There
guys.
we go. Got to turn heads, you know?
Yes, you guys are really well dressed. It's great. So you're from the Residency, right, Lexi?
Yes.
How was that? Because I've only talked to like guys who've graduated from the Residency. I haven't talked to any females about it.
Yeah, I really loved it. I was in it for 2 years,
Oh.
and it was a really great experience. The first year, I was still a little shy, but the second
Mhm.
year, I think I went more into it with the okay, I'm here. I'm gonna just
Yeah.
enjoy it and just take all that I can in.
Wow.
So yeah.
And then Emily, you're her manager, right?
Yeah. For the past 7 months, I'd say. We've been friends for a long time, but it wasn't until I went to the studio with her one time just for fun. And I was like, gosh, this is what I want to do. And I was like, I know this is really hard. Like, I was in UW for a biomedical science degree, but I fell in love with music and being a part of the scene. And I knew I wasn't supposed to be the person up front, but
Mhm.
I would love to be a helper in the back. And
Yes.
yeah.
Do you guys do a good job of maintaining a business relationship and also a friendship, or how's that working for you guys so far?
I think it's going
Yeah.
pretty good.
It's kind of interesting because I feel like we always talk about business. That's like what
we
do
don't
for
know how to
fun.
just not.
But it's good. It's a grind.
Yeah.
You have to be focused, you know.
For sure.
So I just want to start off. What are your goals for 2020? You know, like it's fresh. It's already February now, which is crazy. January just flew by, and just to hear everyone's goals for 2020 is a huge thing. Like I have huge goals. One thing is starting to put videos out versus just audio, because
Mhm.
I guess people have a small attention span. So.
Yeah.
For sure.
But yeah, what are your individual goals and together as like a team?
I think going into this year, we want to focus on music videos because
Mhm.
that's been our main it's been our main.
Yeah, our main audience is on YouTube. It was extreme. The first time that we posted our first video, and we almost got 100,000. And we were like, what is going on? We were like, this is only the first one. This wasn't supposed to happen so soon. And then we're trying to get more videos out because we knew people were waiting for that. But it went to a point where we're like, okay, wait, we got to step back. Let's collect, and then let's attack these videos and kind of build the YouTube channel up. But yeah.
And right now I'm working on an album,
Hey.
and I just want to I just want to be very raw, I guess, and just really put it out there,
Mhm.
and stop holding back. I think I've kind of suppressed some of my emotions, but
Mhm.
I want to let it in.
2020 is the year to shine, you know, for
Yeah.
everyone. And you guys' music videos, I watched all of them. I literally binged them. You know, sometimes people are like, yeah, check out our music video. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Okay, I'm not going to watch their second one. But your guys' are fun, all of them. What was that
thank
one?
you.
You did that one a few months ago, where it's waking up in the cabin.
Oh,
That
Glow,
one was
yeah.
fun. Oh, dude, all your music videos. Who is deciding what's going to be shown in the music video? The how do I describe the theme of the music video?
Well, we kind of both just listen to the music and just whatever's in our head. We're just
Mhm.
talking through it, and we kind of have the same
Mhm.
ideas.
Yeah.
And so it just, I don't know.
Yeah, it kind of pieces together. And we used the same cameraman for our most recent pass too, and he's a great guy too, just starting to get into videography and stuff. And we love working with him. He has such a creative mind when it comes to that, and we trust him 100% with getting the shots that he sees in his mind's eye, and it just comes together great. And we love telling stories.
Yes.
I know not many people know, but Lexi's an actress along with a singer, and so we know that we want to have that visual aspect always in our music to really tell the whole story, because I feel like you only get a little bit with the audio. When you put a visual with it, people are so much more captured by it, and you can be a lot more powerful with it.
Yes. And I do completely remember you from throughout Lee's thing. Remember we did that little freestyle session thing?
Oh,
Yes.
wait, were you the one?
Yes. That was so fun. I was like, who is this girl? I never shook your hand or anything. And now we're here. It's what I love about the Residency and Totem Star. You guys all stay connected.
Mm-hmm.
You know? That's
Yeah.
really big for artists to like stay connected and not be like, okay, one music video and we're out and no more connecting and things like that.
Yeah, it really creates like a family
Yeah.
dynamic, and yeah, you meet a lot of great people. And,
Yeah, you definitely do. Every single person I met from Totem Star and Residency are really dope. What made you decide to get into the Residency?
Well, I was in college, and I've always like wanted to. I didn't know where to go. I didn't
Right.
know how to like get into the music scene. I didn't know what to do. And the Residency, I went to a show because I was a crazy Macklemore fan. I was crazy. And so I went to a show, like I didn't know what the Residency was. But then I went there and I saw them doing their thing.
Yes.
And I was like, hold up. What is this? I gotta get into this. And I was like, it's perfect. And so then I applied and
Wow.
went through the auditions and everything. I got in, and
That's dope.
but yeah, it was definitely a lot. It was a pretty cool experience.
How long have you been doing music before the Residency? And
Well, I started like musical theater and stuff when I was like 6.
Aw.
And so I've been doing like musical theater and singing through that and
Yeah.
acting classes and everything. But it was like around 16, I probably was like, I want to start singing in front of people. Like I started doing covers and stuff, so I would go to like coffee shops and whatever, and then yeah, like a couple years after that, and then the Residency and stuff. But it was like, honestly, once I got in the Residency, that's when I was like, okay, this is actually possible. Like now this is all I'm doing.
Yes.
Is just gonna pursue this.
That's huge. Have you always been into music at all, or did you just finally go into the studio was like, okay, now this is something that opened my eyes?
I've always played instruments growing up.
Yeah.
I was very much that kid, that teacher's pet. Like I loved school. I played like the violin when I could up from 4th grade, and then like trumpet after that, like all the way up through high school, and like dabbling in like piano and guitar and stuff like that. And I've always loved music. I feel like it's a different way of communicating.
For sure.
That says a lot from an emotional level, and I enjoy like poetry and like hearing that. And sometimes when you match the two together, it's like beautiful. And yeah, I just saw the opportunity going into the studio with her, and I was like, no, this is really real. Like when I heard her singing, and I was like, she's different. And I was like, I don't know what it is. There's like something emotionally that like was triggered, and I was like, this is
Yes.
it. Like I have to jump on it right now. So yeah.
What do you think makes you stand out from other female musicians in Seattle?
I don't know. I don't know. I think we all have our own thing, and honestly, I don't know how to answer that question.
Right.
Like
That's fine.
I don't know how to
Humbleness is
answer
key.
that.
Do you feel like you guys do a good job of connecting with each other, like when females connect with females, or do you think it's more like, why do you think like the males are kind of like in the forefront when it comes to like people when they name the top off their head, like Nestra, Ellis Prescott, Macklemore? Like I feel like Paris, Alexa, and those guys come next, kind of.
Yeah.
Versus, why do you think that is?
I have a lot of thoughts maybe behind that, but I think women often don't get recognized anyways in a lot of ways, and that could play into it. I don't know. And plus, there's people like a certain type of music sometimes. I don't know. I feel like a lot of guys don't like to listen to girl singers.
Right.
Maybe that's just something I've observed, but I don't know.
Right. I guess guys are really interested in putting a girl as like a chorus. I see that a lot of times.
Yeah. Or a lot of people don't really listen to music when they're just like looking at you or something.
What are you doing to try to change that kind of perspective?
I'm very like open, like, no, I'm not an object. Like, don't treat me like one. Don't refer to me as like a bitch or a hoe or whatever. Like, that's not like, I don't know. I am just true to myself. So I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be open about it and speak my truth. Like, I don't know.
Do you think Seattle's like the city as a whole is kind of good at describing like the feminine perspective and all that? Because like we have like Cap Hill and like we're all about like the LGBTQ community. But do you think the LGBTQ is kind of different from like how people portray females also? Do you think they try to help each other? Or do you like, oh, Seattle's just focused on being progressive over here but not helping females?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that there isn't a lot of focus on
Right.
like females and like everything surrounded, like we actually speak about this a lot.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm giving you guys a voice.
Often
Feel free.
topic.
Yeah, feel free to talk about this, guys. For real.
I think there's definitely room to grow. Women being seen more professionally, because I think even me, I'm still new in the management game, and I'm still, I'm getting my connections and stuff like that. But still, when I walk into a room, if I don't look a certain way, or if I carry myself like a little bit more casual, I'm not taken seriously. It crosses a line really fast, where I feel like it doesn't cross the line as fast for maybe if a guy was in the room. But every situation's different. But I just know from my past experiences that it's been a little interesting, but I think it's a cultural thing, like overall. I don't think and I think it goes many different ways, but I think it just all stems from respecting each other as an individual, like as an individual soul being, not a gender, not a title, not a label, and just identifying that the person sitting across from you is, just figuring out this game of life that we're all playing.
How do you think you get people to be more open to that perspective and learning that? Do you think it comes through music? Do you think it comes through meetings, owning your own labels? What do you think it comes down to?
It comes down to all of it. I mean, for me, I get what I need to say out through my songs. And so that's how I communicate, and a lot of ideas and how I view the world and stuff like that is what I put into the lyrics, and I'm hoping that people could like listen, maybe learn a lesson.
Yes.
Maybe feel empowered for themselves, and yeah.
I think the overall communication is always like in love, even if we get so frustrated in our heads, like something happens, we're like, this should not have happened. This was like so wrong in so many ways. But I feel like we always double check and be like, wait, we're speaking on a perspective bigger than us. Like what is, what would be, I don't even know, my highest self answering, where can I speak from a place of love and unjudgment, like no bias and stuff like that, which is hard. It's hard to check yourself all the time.
Right.
But I feel like people respect it when they see it over amount of time. And I know like we're still new and we're still building that respect around town. So I want to make sure that we're building it from a place of, I don't know, being genuine. And we'll speak about what's on our mind, but we'll always speak about it from a place of, love and like understanding, and like we can improve.
Thought out.
Yeah.
What can you guys take away from like a Laze or a Paris Alexa? Because they're definitely like booming right now in Seattle. So do you guys feel like those are like a big influence and inspiration for up and coming Seattle artists?
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see. And I think Paris, she always stays true to herself. Like she has her own thing going, and I don't know. I've been watching them, and it's pretty cool to see. Like even her last like couple things she's doing, like yeah, I don't know.
It's proven, and it's like full on support anytime that I can, anytime we see an artist, we're like, it's all about the art anyway. So it's like, heck yeah, like we'll go to your show, like we'll do this, like we'll see you there, kind of a thing. And I feel like that's what it all builds from. It builds from community. It builds from dropping down the ego and seeing art for art and going out and supporting art, no matter who it's coming from. It's always a plus, when it's a friend or somebody that because then it's more exciting. But it's fun to see them. And it's fun to see them grow. Like the songs that they come out, like you already know, we're like hopping on. We're like one of the first ones to listen to it and have thoughts on it, have a conversation. And I feel like that's what art's supposed to do. It's not supposed to just be stagnant and just something you listen to. It's supposed to evoke something, which I feel like they do. They both do a really good job at that.
Yes. What are some inspirations you get from the city of Seattle? Because it's so full of like art, It's a cultural melting pot.
I love it that people are just so artistic. Like they just are like doing what they do, like as their own person. And I love seeing like all the uniqueness and differences amongst everyone.
Where you guys from again? Like, we're in Seattle.
Well,
We're actually from Tacoma.
Oh, Tacoma.
Yeah.
So are you one of those Tacoma artists that feel like you're part of Seattle also, or are you guys based in Tacoma? Because like I had Louis up here from Tacoma. He's like, no, we're just focused on Tacoma. We don't associate with Seattle.
Gotcha.
well, I think I do associate a little with Seattle just because I'm here a lot, and like most people I know are in Seattle. But still, there is a little like separate. Like there's a little not separation, but like
It's an invisible separation.
yeah,
That's what I gotta say.
like we're in Tacoma. It's just like takes like an hour or 40 minutes to get here.
What's the best time to leave to come to Seattle? Because like traffic
Ooh,
is
good
insane.
question. I mean, it wasn't too bad today. It took like about 47 minutes to get
that's not
here.
bad.
Yeah, so it wasn't too bad at all. And we left at like, I don't even know, 10:30 or something like that. But yeah, it's kind of like that late afternoon after that rush. Like you do not want to go out like from 6 a.m. to
Oh my
like,
God.
no, you don't even want to try. It's going to take you 2 hours to get here, 2.5 hours. I've done it. It's not fun. And then when you're going back, you just want to hit that. Like, you don't want to hit that,
Yes.
like, up till 7 p.m., like, kind of traffic jam. Starts breaking up a little bit after that.
And there's a lot of like construction going on around there too.
Yeah, they're always
So-
changing it.
Yeah.
We don't even know. We're just like, oh, whoa, okay. They're taking that out. Okay, cool.
Do you know if they're building the train down there also, or how's that working?
I think they're trying to extend it. I mean, that would be awesome. Like, I've taken the sounder up here. We've both taken the sounder up here for the residency.
Yeah.
When I started tagging along and, like, sitting in the lobby and, like, trying to pick up little things of information. But, yeah, we took the sounder, and that was awesome. And it was, like, super quiet, super peaceful. It's like, gosh, this is way better than driving a car.
Yes.
So I hope they extend, like, the light rail down. Fingers crossed.
Yes. What is some advice who gives you the most advice when it comes like the business side, music side, creative side, branding side?
People in the residency, Amir,
And Jace, too.
Jace.
Yeah.
Yeah, the residency, like, what are they?
Yeah, like, I don't know, the teachers? Kind of like... not really
Mentors?
teachers. Yeah, kind of like the mentors that are already there. Coordinators,
mentors,
yeah.
whatever they're called. Like, yeah, Amir, Jace, Ben.
Macklemore.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. So he represents the residency, but he's not like there every single day giving hands-on advice. How does that work?
Yeah, he's come in like a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mostly just the other teachers and stuff. He comes in. They bring other guest speakers in too sometimes.
But we know it's like hard for him, you know. It's like he's trying to balance his own career at the same time and
Got
running
a family.
you know, and like supporting this program, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And he didn't even have to do that. Like, I know so many other people that, you know, but I think he's done a great job of always giving back and always coming back to community the best that he could, of balancing 12 different plates at one time. So,
He looks old as fuck at this point, dude. He's got all the dad wrinkles. He looks like, if you didn't know he was an artist, you'd think he was just another dad. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
mean, he is a dad.
Yes.
We're all these people.
That's true.
he'd be the coolest dad. I want
Oh yeah,
that.
he's a hip dad.
Yeah, during like
He's
December,
hip.
he went on to like Ellen and did like a show there and stuff. Like,
Yeah, for the Christmas out or for
Yes!
the Christmas song.
that was
yeah.
cool. So you guys said you have your own record label, or what is it that you guys have built?
So we're like licensed under our own independent label right now. So yeah, I mean, we're not closed off to the idea of, you know, something in the future, but right now we really wanted to, you know, build as in, okay, if we don't have anybody else, it's just us.
Yeah.
We want to build it right. So yeah.
What are the steps towards that?
I did a lot of reading, on just books about the industry, like just how it even, you know, how it functions as a business. Because it really, you have to take on that mindset, which isn't so fun sometimes, but you have to realize that, okay, well, if this is my career, I have to look at it more objective. Yes, it's about the art, but at the same time, I have to make sure that I put my art out in a, you know, smart way, that I, you know, reach the people that I want to reach and that sort of thing. So, lots of reading, asking people, like other people, seeing if it was even the right thing to do. Like some people were like, no, like don't even get independents and, labels. When they look at you, they're not going to look at you the same way, But then I'm like, well, I mean, we've kind of had that mindset, like, okay, it's, I don't want to say like us against the world, but kind of like, okay, if we're building this from the ground up with us, like we want to take the proper steps. And it just felt like the right thing to do because we're trying to get merch going and
yes,
before the album drops and try and make it more of a, functioning business. So,
yes.
Yeah.
That's very inspiring though, like I'm all about that too, like doing everything I can so I don't have to outsource or like owning everything.
Yeah.
And that's important. Some artists don't really think past the business side, and knowing the business is really important. Yeah. And you said, what were you trying to major in?
Biomedical science.
Yeah, so you definitely do a lot of reading in that already,
Yeah, I was already kind of like that very meticulous planning person in the lab, so I think it transferred beautifully, I think. I think I love science, I do, and I know that, Lexi right now, I don't know if many people know this, but she has rheumatoid arthritis. And I think one of our big plans in the future is to donate to research in that area.
Do a funding event or something like that. Yes.
Yeah. And so kind of be a voice for that and always, pushing the boundaries when it comes to science and using it to our, full capabilities. But yeah, I think, but this is where I'm supposed to be.
Yes.
I went through a lot of like internal struggling. My parents weren't too happy that their daughter had dropped out of college, but
go chase some crazy dream, but it's not crazy.
It's not crazy.
It's only crazy if you say it is.
Seattle's the place to be right now for making music. It's gonna blow up soon, and planning is really important. And I'm proud to say, probably 2 months now, I've officially started using the calendar app in my phone. Ooh. So now I know how to like schedule things before. I'd be like, it'd just be up in the air. Yeah. And they're like, okay, I'm ready for my interview today. I was like, oh shit, that's today. But stuff like that.
We just bought a planner.
Got color coded, got like all the fun stuff. But,
stickers.
Yeah. Yes, stickers are so fun.
I love planning sessions. That's my favorite.
Yes. So tell me more about these like clothing ideas and stuff like that. So what are your next steps when it comes to those type of ideas?
Merch.
Yes.
Do you want to start or want to start?
You speak.
Okay. So with the merch, we're trying to be a little bit different. So that's why it's taking a little bit longer. So another thing that people may not know is Lexi graduated from college with a double major, primate behavior and ecology, and also psychology. Hey. And we know that eco, we're trying to make that a huge part of our brand. It's just the right thing to do. Like right now is such a critical point. And we need to start paying attention to it and start making little steps and gestures where they can be made. And so with our clothing, we're going through companies that make their clothing from all recycled plastics and recycled fabrics and stuff like that. So then hopefully when they buy our merch or like see it online, they can almost kind of feel a little bit better about it, being like, okay, well, this is, it's a step in the right direction. And it's a small gesture. Some people, anything helps. And so, so that's the interesting part, but we're also trying to come up with some designs. So, hey, if anybody's an artist out there and they have some ideas and they want to do a little collab, like never feel shy to send us an email, to send us something on Instagram. Like we're just people, even though it seems like we're odd people on the other side of a screen, but just, never feel scared to reach out because we're always down to make art of any kind. So you
got to make a climate change song.
I am.
We actually have one.
Right now. We're actually going to the studio after this.
Oh, yes.
It's, dedicated to Mother Gaia.
Oh, exciting.
Yeah, it's for a zoo, like a zoo event.
Oh. To the Woodland Park Zoo.
Yeah.
Yes, I love the zoo.
Yes.
I've never gone to Zoo Lights yet, though. I need to go sometime. Like it's too late now, isn't it?
I think so.
When does it start? It starts in like October, November too.
Yeah, I think like maybe early November. I'm not sure, but yeah. Don't worry, we'll hit you up. We'll go next season.
We can totally go to Zoo Lights.
I gotta say though, I really love your guys' outfits. Just the brightness is so amazing.
Well, thank you.
You guys are fashion people for sure. So what are your goals as you continue to grow to use your platform for?
Well, music for me has always been healing. It's been like that safe haven. So I want to give that to other people, to have something that keeps them
For sure.
like Macklemore was my person. Like songs like Other Side and just songs that got really deep into like drug addiction and all of that stuff, just based on my own family and life. Like those songs really, they spoke to me.
Yes.
And so I just hope to be that for someone else. And I wanna just spread light. Like this world seems kind of crazy sometimes. It could be scary, and I just want to spread the light.
Yes, for sure. Who
Give
are some
people-
artists that you like look up to in the music industry besides Macklemore? Like, is there anyone that you're looking for inspiration?
I like Kendrick Lamar.
Dude, his performances are
Cole.
insane.
Yeah. Right now we just started listening to Travis Scott.
Yeah.
I like I guess, what do you call it? Woke people.
Yeah. Like Childish Gambino.
Yeah. Like people who are
Yeah.
really saying things.
That are important. You know, that's what we need right now.
Mhm.
Not just like Seattle, but everyone needs to like band together and focus on what's actually important. you know?
Yeah.
For sure. Well, what is some advice that you have for up and coming entrepreneurs, starting a label, artists, creators, influencers?
Just know what you're doing it for. What's your purpose? Because the purpose is beyond yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It goes beyond you, even your music. It's people. You're putting your music out there for other minds to listen to. So just be sure of yourself and
Yes.
what you want and what you want others to feel.
Yes. What about you, Emily?
I guess my suggestion or my advice is that you can do it. Don't take any preconceived label of what you think you need to be able to do anything that you want to do. It doesn't matter what it is. But remember that the mantras you tell yourself, whatever you tell yourself, always say, I can do this or I will do this. See the end result and always keep working towards the end result because it will manifest. It will happen.
It will.
Yes.
I was 6 years old when I made the decision. Like, I'm gonna be a singer,
Yes.
an actress. That's my life, and I feel like I just manifested that on my life. And I've seen things I used to dream about, like they became real
Yes.
in reality, and I was like, what? Like this is real now. It's not just in my head, and so I want people to really just believe in themselves because it all comes down to you. It all comes down
Yes,
to that.
for sure.
You create your reality.
So do you think you'd promote dropping out of college, or what are your opinions on that?
I mean, I wouldn't promote it, but I would never say don't chase your dream.
Right.
So if your dream is college, and I know like that is some people's path and it's a great path, and I just knew in mine, I may go, I've been thinking about Berkeley online maybe because I know they have a course in like artist management, but I just knew in that moment it wasn't the place for me.
Same.
And
I'm with
but yeah,
you 100% on that.
it's all right. No guilt. If you need to drop out, don't feel guilty. Don't feel
If
guilty.
it doesn't feel right in your soul and you have passions that you want to go after, do it.
Yes.
Live life.
I went like, how long did I go? I went for like 3 hours to college, and I was like, nope, this isn't for me. And then I just came to the station, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna be here.
Yeah.
There we go. That's how it happens.
Yeah, but it is totally a grind, no matter who you are, no matter how successful you are.
For sure.
It's always gonna be a grind.
Always.
And yeah, I just think college is important if you know exactly what you want to go there for. But if you're still kind of debating it,
Yeah,
don't
take some
know.
time and
Yes.
self-discover. Take that time with yourself. Don't be persuaded by other people around
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
I also see a lot of people being like, oh, you should still go to college. So like that's a big frustration. People always say that to you. So you got to believe in what you're doing.
Yeah,
For sure.
always.
Well, what's the easiest way to reach you guys?
Instagram.
Probably Instagram for Lexi. Me, like my email's on like the management of the website, LexiLalauni.com. So if there's like any business,
How do you
something
pronounce?
like
How do you
that,
spell that though? That's a hard name to spell.
LexiLalauni.com. So LexiLalauni.
Yes.
Yes. She got it.
And she's on all platforms, and you'll probably see us around town.
Yes.
Maybe we'll even hand you a business card, have a good conversation.
Business cards are huge. I believe in business cards 100%.
We've been passing them out. We go to get coffee. We're like, oh, hi.
Yes.
My name's Lexi.
Yes. Well,
It's
guys,
really fun.
what are some final words that you guys both have for Seattle and Tacoma?
I think mine would be keep going. Find different ways in your life that you can bring other people happiness, joy, bring yourself happiness, pursue your happiness, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And you're not alone. There's other dreamers out there.
Yes.
Yes, we're all dreamers. Chase that and believe in yourself. Be passionate. Live with passion every day.
Yes.
That's it.
Chase that bag, guys. Well, this is the Nast podcast with
Lexi Lalauni.
And Emily Petrie.
There we go.